Good morning, viewer. Welcome to our perspective. Here is a nostalgic news for our viewer. In a letter to his wife in March 1901, pioneer French painter Claude Monet lamented the bad weathers that prevented him from working, as well as another conspicuous impediment to his creativity. Everything as good as dead. Everything is as good as dead. No train, no smoke, no boat, nothing to execute the inspiration a little, he wrote. Monet, now celebrated as a founder of Impressionism, was in London during one of three trips he took to the city between 1899 and 1901, which held over 100 paintings. His references smoke which would have come abundantly from boats and trains as a potential creative spark seems to support a theory long held by smoke arts historians about what was behind the distinctive dreamy edge in Monet's work. Now, a recent study by climate scientists has found new evidence to confirm it. I work on air pollution, and while seeing Turner, Whistler and Monet paintings at Tate in London and Musée d'Orsay in Paris, I noticed stylistic transformation in their work set. Anna Lee Albert, a postdoctoral researcher for Lee Laboratory de Metrologie Dynamico at Sorbonne University in Paris, in a phone interview, Albright Cossard study the Peter Hivers, a professor of Earth and Planetary Sciences at Harvard University. The contours of their paintings became hazier, the platy appeared wilder, and the style changed from more figurative to more impressionistic. Those changes accord with physical expectation of how air pollution influences light, CAD. The team looked at over 100 paintings by Monet and British painter Joseph Malraux William Turner, who was active before Monet, with the goal of finding an empirical basis to the hypothesis that the paintings captured increasingly polluted skies during the Industrial Revolution. The focus was on these two artists because they prolifically painted landscapes and cityscapes, often with repeated motifs according to the study author. In the period covered by the paintings, 1796 to 1901, a huge amount of coal was mined to support industrial manufacturing and steam engines. Britain alone went from producing 2.9 million tons of coal per year in 1700 to 75 million tons by 1900, leading to visible air pollution that caused widespread health problems. The soot from the coal created a thick, dark fog, and the number of foggy days in London rose threefold between 1850 and 1890, from 25 to 75 per year, according to the National Bureau of Economic Research. In general, air pollution makes objects appear hazier, makes it harder to identify their ages, and gives the scenes a whiter tint because pollution reflects visible light of all wavelengths, Albright said. The team looked for these two metrics, age, strength, and whiteness, in the paintings by converting them into mathematical representation based on brightness, and then compared the result with independent estimates on historical air pollution. We found that there was a surprisingly good match, Albright said. The paintings chronicle the historical changes in the atmospheric environment according to the researchers, and particularly the rise in emissions of sulfur dioxide, a cold derived pollutant that causes acid rain and respiratory causes. The connection goes beyond artistic evolution and style, they note, because London and Paris, where Turner and Monet were respectively based, industrialized at different times at different rates, which is reflected in the work. Further proof, according to Albright, comes from the artist backgrounds, specifically Turner's interest in the growing scientific understanding of the sky at the time, and Monet's letter highlighting the influence of air pollution on his creativity. In another one, he tells his wife he was terrified by the lack of fog but was comforted when the fires were lit and smoke and H came back. Jonathan Ribner, a professor of European art at Boston University, was among the first art historians to suggest a connection between the two artists' work and pollution. In a 2004 essay written for Turner Whistler Monet, an exhibition of 100 impressionist paintings that toured Toronto, Paris, and London. When I saw the study, I was delighted because it really suggests a vindication of what I had been writing about almost 2 decades ago, which was that air pollution is a significant contextual factor for some 19th century paintings, Raven said in a phone interview. Turner and Monet are both artists who had to go to places to see certain conditions. He added, there was the phenomenon of fog tourism, where French visitors like Monet went to London deliberately to see the fog because they loved the atmospheric effect. He did not like it when the fog was so thick that he just could not see anything, but he hated it when there was no fog and it was blue skies because it did not look like London. Apparently, he destroyed some of these canvases with a clear sky. However, art critic Sebastian Semé has lambasted the study, saying that it confuses internal creative choices with external stimuli. He argued that increased pollution cannot be used to explain the artist's stylistic evolution and that some of their works are mythological rather than a picture of objective reality. Regarding that point of view, Albright said it was never the intention of the study to discount any art historical or reduce the painting's scientific analysis, but rather to expand the understanding and the appreciation of these works by offering another angle from which study them. Main report for Shakti.